The 2021 Life Day Spectacular!
Oi, mister! You me dad?
Hello and welcome to the Life Day celebration on my home world of Terra. I'm Nepps Fritzyl, and if you've picked up this transmission, you're going to see how we on Terra open the celebrations of Life Day. For tens of thousands of years, indigenous beings have been swept off their homeworlds for the appropriation of resources as well as the exploitation of their peoples. Much like the Wookiees of Kashyyyk, they've all struggled against oppression and occupation by invasive forces, namely the Empire. Today, many of those homeworlds are free thanks to the efforts of the Rebel Alliance. But there is still a long way to go for galactic freedom. I've chosen this secluded place of nature as my place of celebration of Life Day. While I could have boarded a freighter for Kashyyyk or Felucia, I decided to remain here on Earth, in Wisconsin, in the adjacent Milky Way galaxy, to honor those who celebrate Life Day on Earth and their right to tradition, joy, compassion, and equality. Yoda once said, "A time of joy this is, of friendship, of family." I believe that what Yoda meant was that this sense of friendship it extends to all living beings, sentient and not. Life Day originated on the Wookiee homeworld of Kashyyyk and celebrates the chief tenets of Wookiee culture: family, joy, and harmony. Because we don't have a tree of life here on Earth, we use a small tree in honor of the tree of life on Kashyyyk. The tree of life is represented here in Wisconsin as a small tree, which is honored by the preservation of its life throughout the year, and its celebration on Life Day by placing the Life Day orb upon it with the lights. Each individual light representing a star, each star representing the life of someone set free into the light from oppression. The number of lights is not important, and they're not counted individually, but as a whole, to represent the countless stars in the galaxy. Hope that freedom is endless and vast, and that life all over the galaxy is left to flourish and be celebrated without oppression. The Life Day orb honors all lives that are lost over the last year. On the Wookiee homeworld of Kashyyyk, the Ogra root is the most important part of the Life Day traditions. Many people would think of plants as living beings, but not as sentient. On Kashyyyk, many know this to be false. Some all too well. When Han Solo was assisting Chewbacca in obtaining the root of the Ogra, they were pursued by Imperials. Those Imperials found out too late that the Ogra species of plant, with their razor-sharp vines and acid-filled seed pods, were very, very sentient indeed. The Imperials, as well as many smugglers throughout the ages, found out that the Ogra root is a gift of life to those that show respect, and a sentence of death to those who only seek to destroy and steal. The Ogra, a sentient plant species on Kashyyyk, allows the purest Wookiees to harvest their roots for the time-honored celebration of Life Day. To the Wookiees, the eating of this root on Life Day signifies their progression to the Tree of Life. When the Empire fell, the celebration of Life Day spread to all corners of the galaxy, as well as adjacent galaxies, to be a harbinger of friendship and a reminder to oppose anyone who would oppress us. The legendary Terran Life Day father, George Lucas, once said, the core thing to pass on is basically love is the secret to the universe, which is compassion, which is love to others. Take care of others, help each other. Life Day's core values are key to George Lucas. To Lucas, joy is compassion, the selfless form of happiness, which is the light side of the force. Caring for his children is central to that tenet for Lucas, and what inspired him to spread the knowledge of Life Day and its celebrations here on Earth. Throughout the galaxy, sentient beings celebrate Life Day in their own traditions, but many share the same principles: festive attire, decorations of all sorts and kinds, mostly of happy and joyous felicitations, comfort foods and drinks, as well as traditional music, filled with the hopes of freedom, peace, harmony, joy, love, and dedication that everyone, regardless of their differences, can be heard. Here around my neck is an important symbol of Life Day tradition, the ancient claw of the Katarn, the species of half reptile, half mammal on Kashyyyk. For centuries, the Katarn ruled the highland forests of Kashyyyk and hunted the Wookiee. They did not destroy them. Instead, the memory of those days gives strength and courage to the Wookiees. The ancient claw of the Katarn is a traditional gift from father or mother to son or daughter upon their child's progression to adulthood. As a symbol of strength and courage, it is important. It's also important to note that these are ancient claws of the Katarn, as these creatures are not hunted by the Wookiees. Instead, they are revered as an important symbol and source of strength, and a symbol that one day the Katarn will again be given their chance to rule Kashyyyk. Those three sounds mean we are ready in Wookiee. Those words are the beginning of the opening ceremony of Life Day and are the only time you'll hear a Wookiee being quiet during the celebrations. We are ready. Three words spread among the masses on the day the Wookiees rose up against their oppressors and won their freedom. We are ready begins the ceremony, spoken by the father and the mother in a family, or by the elders if celebrated in a community. We are ready, uttered at the lighting of the incense of strength. And then when the candle of courage is lit by the burning incense, it is the time that the lights on the tree of life are lit, beginning the celebrations. It's at this time that the quiet is broken while the life orbs are held aloft by all the Wookiees and the shout of freedom is raised. And that, folks, is exactly what the opening ceremony of a Life Day celebration looks like. I'd like to thank you for joining us. I'm Nepps Fritzyl, and celebrate Life Day. Mm.
That's really good egg.